Hey guys, it's Joe, the 50-something Dasher, with another daily recap video for today's Tuesday, November 21st. And the thing is, there's not really a whole lot to tell because I only did one delivery. It was a bad weather day, and I'll talk about that throughout this video. But my problems actually started last night. So I later on in the evening, like after dinner and everything, between dinner and bed, at some point I told my wife, I don't know, tomorrow I'm thinking about calling off and not dashing tomorrow. And because of course today was payday, I got my dashing money from last week, and then tomorrow I get my W-2 paycheck, which was a lot more than normal because I worked all the overtime the week before. So if there was a time to just kind of say, let's just, I know I schedule myself as I always do, Tuesday through Fridays. Today or tomorrow, which is now today, um, might be just a good day to just call off and take it easy. I don't know. I was just feeling that for some reason. I don't know. And but I woke up early this morning around like 5 o'clock, and when I woke up this morning, I was like, well, I don't know. Let's just give it a shot. It's raining outside. It might be busier. I might get some good orders, that type of thing. And I don't really like dashing in the rain. I've kind of talked about that, but I don't know. Let's kind of at least give it a shot. So my first order, I didn't log in until it was probably about like 5:30 or something like that, and so my first order offer came at 5:50, 5:45 in the morning, and it was a 5:50 offer for 12 miles going to downtown Columbus. So really, not much of an explanation needed for this one. This was a decline. Okay, so then so that was 5:45. I had to wait 21 more minutes before I got the next offer, and this one I went ahead and took. It looks kind of bad. $8 for almost 13 miles. But remember, I'm taking this from home, so I factor in 3 miles for that, so it kind of makes it $8 for 10 miles, which still isn't great. But at this point, I'd been sitting here and I just kind of wanted to get moving. So that's basically why I took this order. Let's get on this order and just get in the car and get out there and get moving. And even though it's not a great order, I just want to, I just want something. I want some order to do. And so I take this. I kind of accidentally reset my timer when I walked into IHOP. So I wasn't for sure exactly how long I actually waited in there on my order, but it wasn't too bad. It was maybe like 8 minutes, something like that. And I got my order, and I very carefully, at night in the rain, um, making my way to the customer. At one point, I turned down one of the main roads, and as soon as I, make my left-hand turn onto the road, on the oncoming side, there was a car just like stopped there. I mean, he had room to go, and but was just like stopped there and no headlights on, or it looked like a parked car with like a 2 mile long train of cars like behind that car. So I don't know exactly what was going on there or whatever, but hey, whatever that was all about, I have no idea. So I continue on to the customer. following somebody that's, some it's, people people just can't drive in bad conditions anymore. I mean, I know it's dark and it's raining and everything, but the car in front of me, I mean, you don't have to go 25 and a 45. And so I'm dealing with that. And then there, of course, there's a homicidal maniac behind me on my tail, and I don't know why you're riding my tail because it's the car in front of me that's the problem. So, don't be upset at me. So I get to the customer, I deliver the order, and then try to, very carefully come back to my zone, and I get off my exit and decide to get gas, and I come up on this scene here. And sorry I couldn't take like a better picture than this, but I do like the colors in this picture. But I don't know. But this is so I pass this as I'm coming into the gas station. I get my gas and everything, and then I try to take this picture as I'm leaving the gas station. So I stop the car at the exit, roll down my window to take this picture, and it doesn't come out very good. But you can see the police flashers. There's actually two cop cars here, and I think it's kind of hard to tell, but there are flares on the ground. I think it's these two red lights here. I don't know if that's a flare, but anyway, you can't see it in the picture, but there was a car just like turned sideways on the street. It wasn't a multi-car accident, or it was just one car turned the wrong direction in the street. So a couple weird scenes, and plus the driving conditions, weren't that great. Now I was listening to the radio on this first order, and the radio DJ, when they got to the weather, was kind of like downplaying everything. Oh, it's a rainy day today, and just kind of like normal rain, and only expect maybe, a half inch across the city, yada yada, acting like it's nothing. Well, I can tell you, I've been driving a car for like roughly 612 years now, somewhere in that time frame. And so I've driven, obviously, in all kinds of weather conditions. I've drove a car, my wife and I's honeymoon. I drove a car clear up road to the top of a volcano, one of the tallest points in America. I drove a car up that, and I drove it above the clouds. So I've driven a car. Okay, I even for a short time used to be a tractor trailer driver, but that's, that was a long time ago in another lifetime. So I think I have a pretty good sense of what's good driving conditions and bad driving conditions. And today just seemed like bad driving conditions. I mean, I was driving through some lakes on the road and displacing water, and so I think the rain today was being downplayed, at least by this one radio DJ. Now, he did say that there were multiple different accidents across the city that had already been cleared up to that point. But just out of the couple of things that I seen so far to that point, and I was kind of wanting to take the day off anyway, and I was like, you know what, I'm logging off. I after just one order, screw all this. I don't want to mess with any of this. I'm logging off. Now, prior to taking that picture, this is like just after I pump my gas, I pulled up to one pump that I couldn't swipe my card. The card reader was down. Okay, so before I could drive to another pump, I got this offer. And this was kind of sort of interesting, but I didn't take it. You see where I'm at. I'm in zone, and this is only this that I can remember. This is only the second time that where I've been in my home zone and I've gotten an offer to pick up in another zone and deliver in some other zone. I had this happen one time before, and it was early, well, probably earlier in the morning than this offer was. And the time before it was east side, it was Lockbourne area. This is picking up in downtown Columbus and going clear to fucking northeast. I mean, as far as I've ever delivered with DoorDash is Gahanna, and this is going past that, practically to New Albany here. And I know it's 28 bucks. Now, if this would have had a hidden tip, if that would have had a plus sign next to it, oh, crap, man, I don't know. Man, that's a tough one there. But knowing that it's just straight up 28 bucks, 22 miles in these conditions, the stuff I seen to that point with the cars and everything, I didn't really see accidents per se to that point, but I seen enough to know that I don't want to mess with downtown. If what I've seen is kind of got me thinking about ending the dash, then I certainly don't want to see what all's going on in downtown at the moment. No, thank you. so, so I decline this. But like I said, if that was showing a plus sign, I mean, you could have been talking like a $45, $50 order, something like that. And I don't know. I don't know. It's possible I would have taken it, but whatever. So like I said, I logged off after just the one order. So here's my dash summary. One order, $8. Took me 40 minutes to deliver that one order for the $8. I mean, and then mileage was horrible. I think I drove start to finish. Well, I deleted it off my phone. I'm pretty sure it was 24 miles. So today was a huge, in the largest font possible and the boldest font, L. The biggest L you could have was today. And then, so this isn't even the final picture here. So then I've logged off. I'm coming back home. I called my wife. I was telling her all of this, and then I'm coming up on my street and I see this, and I'm like, man, I mean, this is, see what I'm saying? I mean, this was bad. There's stuff like this right here probably all over the whole city. And so I'm probably about where this car is here when I see this, and then I got my flashers on to my turning signal to turn, but I want to get a picture of this for this video. So there's a out of view, of course, a couple cars come in the opposite direction. They flash their headlights at me telling me that I can turn there, but I don't want to turn there. I changed my mind. I want a picture. So I go past the intersect, thanks for allowing me to go through. Thank you, but no thanks. And I went past the intersection, turned into the gas station, and parked in the corner of the gas station to get this. I got a good view and a good picture here on this one. that hopefully it didn't, tick these people off, me taking the picture of them. But heck, there's no, you can't tell who these people are. There's no identifying information or anything, just the street name. So I don't see any problem with it. But anyway, and then like I said, I came home. I think, and then after I got home and everything and thought about it a little bit more, I think what for, now, like for future reference, if this situation happens again, um, I think the mistake I made is if I would have just waited until daylight, maybe, I don't know. But my wife, she just now got to work about 10 minutes ago. Right now it's 12:24. She got to work about 10-15 minutes ago and passed like a really bad accident on her way to work. She works in Circleville. Um, so so I don't know. Maybe it would have been maybe the conditions out on the road today. Maybe it would have been just as bad, no matter if it was, nighttime, daytime. Um, but I don't know. I probably I probably should have just waited until daytime hit and then logged in. I don't schedule myself until 8 each morning. So, but so kind lesson learned. And this is why from the very first time that I ever heard about this, several years, whenever it was, 5, 10 years ago, whenever it was, that I first heard of the possibility of driverless cars. I mean, I tell you what, I don't know about most of the rest of the general population, but I was in favor of that right from the very, very beginning that I ever heard about that. And these people that I don't get it. These people that say, "Oh, I'm not trusting my life to a computer that can make a mistake." And, and I'm thinking to myself, and human beings don't make mistakes? I mean, what? Are you kidding me? That's like giving me a choice of which beach I want to go swim at. Hey Joe, you could go to this beach right here and swim out in the ocean and zero sharks, zero stingrays. It's completely safe. We've checked everything and there's nothing here. Or if you want to, you can swim at this other beach that's completely shark infested and stingrays all over the place. Go for it. Well, I mean, which one are you going to choose? You're going to choose the beach that they've cleared and everything. I mean, come on. You okay? I want to go out onto the roadways where most of the cars are either driven by humans or driverless cars. Let's see. Well, obviously, I'm going to go to the one that's with all the driverless cars. I mean, come on, are you serious? I mean, accidents and stuff like that is, a lot of it is human error and could be, prevented. That's just my opinion. Just all the benefits to it. Um, what like one of my ever for as long as I've been driving, like I said, 612 years. Um, I like one of my pet peeves has always been traffic lights. Always, like when you're at a stop, red light, light turns green. Car one has to go, then car two, then car three, then car four, and one after the other has to go. Well, don't people think that it would just kind of be nice if there's red light with 20 cars behind it. Light turns green and all 20 cars start right when the light turns green. They all start at the same time. Wouldn't that be so much nicer and smoother? And I mean, wouldn't it? Or is that just me? Can you imagine door dashing in a driverless car? How amazing would that be? I just sit in the car and the car goes from to the restaurant. All I have to do is get out of the car to pick up the order, come back to the car, and and then get out of the car to hand it to the customer or leave it at the door. You know, all the other stuff, the GPS, the traffic, just turn that over to the computer. And I just sit there and do whatever. Um, and then the other thing I think about is transportation, trucking. And now you no longer would have to have tractor trailers, 53-foot tractor trailers on the road. And now, because everything would be like driverless, you could break up these shipments into smaller automated vehicles. And I think that'd be the way to go, and so much more better than the system we have now with these, huge like truck drivers, slowing down traffic and everything. That's just my opinion, for whatever it's worth. But anyway, there's my rant on uh, and driverless vehicles might have prevented, this right here. So who knows? But anyway, that's my rant for today. That's my dash for today. The one order, and so I'm gonna get off of here and just kind of chill out and do probably not much of anything today. We'll try the dashing again tomorrow. Now I will, if something drastic happens. Let's see what it is like right now. Right now, my zone's just in the pink. There's several busy areas, but not my area. So I don't really, maybe dinner time or something. If this changes to where there's a huge need for drivers today, later on today, and they add it'd have to be like a $2 or $3 peak for a certain time frame, there's a chance later on I may jump back on. Um, but I kind of doubt it. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait until in the morning. And I didn't schedule anything for Thanksgiving. I'll take that off, and then I schedule for Friday. So tomorrow and Friday. So anyway, that's all I got. If I don't post a video tomorrow, hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll, you know, but all my part five. That's another thing I forgot about. Part five of my series. I'll schedule that for Thanksgiving, so that'll be out Thursday, and until the next video. So again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and that is it for now. Thanks again.